The Power of Discipline. A complete guide to starting, planning, and achieving goals. Introduction. Discipline is the foundation of success in every aspect of life. Whether you want to improve your health, advance in your career, or achieve financial independence, discipline helps you stay on track and overcome obstacles. But how do you cultivate discipline, stay motivated, and follow through with your plans? This guide will explore how to build discipline from scratch, create a solid plan, maintain motivation, and ultimately achieve your goals. Understanding discipline. Discipline is the ability to stay committed to a task, even when motivation fades. It involves self-control, consistency, and resilience. Unlike motivation, which is temporary, discipline ensures long-term success. The difference between discipline and motivation. Motivation is like a spark. It's a fleeting feeling that encourages you to take action. For example, you might be motivated to start a new fitness routine after watching a motivational video, but that motivation can wear off as soon as the novelty fades. Discipline, however, is like a steady flame. It's the determination to keep moving forward regardless of how you feel. For instance, even on days when you don't feel like working out, discipline pushes you to complete the workout anyway. How to start developing discipline. Discipline is like a muscle. It grows stronger with practice. Here are the first steps to developing self-discipline. 1. Set clear goals. You need a clear direction before you can develop discipline. Define what you want to achieve and break it into specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and time-bound, SMART goals. Example: instead of saying, "I want to get fit," say, "I will exercise for 30 minutes 5 times a week for the next 3 months." This is specific, measurable, and has a time frame. Why it works. When your goal is clear, you have a defined target to aim for, which makes it easier to stay disciplined. If your goal is vague or too large, it can be overwhelming and lead to procrastination. 2. Identify your weaknesses. Recognizing your weaknesses helps you find strategies to overcome them. Are you easily distracted? Do you procrastinate? Acknowledge these obstacles so you can address them. Example: if you tend to procrastinate on studying, acknowledge this weakness and plan a strategy to combat it, like using a timer to focus for short bursts, e.g., the Pomodoro technique. Why it works. By understanding what distracts or discourages you, you can take proactive steps to avoid or deal with these issues, making it easier to stay disciplined. 3. Start small. Building discipline doesn't happen overnight. Start with small tasks and gradually increase the difficulty. For example, if you want to wake up earlier, start by setting your alarm 15 minutes earlier each day instead of making a drastic change. Example: if you aim to read more books, begin by reading just 10 pages a day and gradually increase this amount as it becomes a habit. Why it works. Small, achievable steps reduce the pressure of big changes. This approach builds confidence and momentum, making discipline easier to sustain. 4th. Remove temptations. Your environment plays a significant role in discipline. Remove distractions that could lead you off track. If you struggle with unhealthy eating, don't keep junk food in your house. If social media distracts you, use apps that block it during work hours. Example: if you're trying to save money, avoid visiting stores or browsing online shops to prevent unnecessary spending. Why it works. By eliminating temptations, you make it harder for distractions to derail your discipline. A cleaner environment fosters better focus. 5. Develop a routine. Creating a daily routine eliminates decision fatigue. When your habits become automatic, discipline requires less effort. Plan your day with set times for work, exercise, learning, and relaxation. Example: if you have a morning routine, such as waking up at 6 a.m., exercising, then having a healthy breakfast, your brain doesn't have to think about what to do next. It becomes automatic. Why it works. When you don't need to waste mental energy on decisions, you can devote more focus to staying disciplined in your actions. How to plan for success. A well-structured plan makes discipline easier. Here's how to create a plan that works. 1. Break goals into small tasks. Big goals can be overwhelming. Divide them into smaller, actionable steps. For example, if you want to write a book, start by writing 500 words daily. Example, if your goal is to build a website, break it down into steps like selecting a domain name, designing the layout, writing content, and launching it. Why it works. Smaller tasks feel more manageable and less intimidating. You also get a sense of accomplishment with each completed task, which fuels your motivation. 2. Prioritize important tasks. Not all tasks are equally important. Use the Eisenhower matrix to distinguish between urgent and important tasks. Urgent and important. Do immediately. Important but not urgent. Schedule for later. Urgent but not important. Delegate if possible. Neither urgent nor important. Eliminate these tasks. Example, if you're preparing for an exam, the urgent and important task is studying the material. Posting on social media or answering non-urgent emails might be less important at that moment. Why it works. Prioritizing tasks ensures that you're working on what truly matters rather than getting caught up in distractions. 3. Use a planner or digital tools. Tracking progress helps maintain discipline. Use a physical planner or apps like Trello, Notion, or Google Calendar to keep track of your tasks and deadlines. Example, you can create a daily task list in your planner, marking off each completed task as you go. Digital tools also allow you to set reminders for each task. Why it works. Keeping track of your tasks keeps you organized, and the satisfaction of crossing items off your list gives you a sense of achievement. 4. Set deadlines. Without deadlines, procrastination takes over. Assign specific deadlines to your goals and tasks to create accountability. Example, if you're working on a project, set a firm deadline for when you need to finish the first draft, then another for the final revision. Why it works. Deadlines create a sense of urgency, pushing you to act sooner rather than later. 5. Review and adjust. Check your progress weekly. If something isn't working, adjust your approach. Flexibility ensures you stay on track despite challenges. Example, if you're not reaching your fitness goals, review your diet and exercise routine. If necessary, tweak your plan to reflect what works best for your lifestyle. Why it works. Regular reviews keep you focused, and adjusting when needed prevents stagnation and ensures continuous progress. How to stay motivated. Motivation isn't constant, so you need strategies to keep going when enthusiasm fades. 1. Find your why. Understanding why you want to achieve something gives you purpose. If your goal is to get fit, your why might be to improve your health and energy levels. Example, if your why for learning a new language is to travel, you'll be more motivated to practice every day. Why it works. When you are clear about the underlying reason for your actions, it becomes easier to stay motivated even when faced with challenges. 2. Visualize success. Visualization techniques can boost motivation. Picture yourself achieving your goal and experiencing the benefits. Example, visualize yourself walking across the stage with your diploma if you're working toward graduation. Why it works. Visualization creates a mental image of success, which can energize you to keep working toward that vision. 3. Reward yourself. Set up a reward system to celebrate milestones. If you complete a month of disciplined study, treat yourself to something enjoyable. Example, after reaching a savings goal, reward yourself by enjoying a night out or buying something you've been wanting. Why it works. Rewards create positive reinforcement, which motivates you to continue putting in the effort. 4. Stay accountable. Tell a friend or join a community with similar goals. Having someone check on your progress keeps you committed. Example, If you're training for a marathon, find a running buddy who will hold you accountable for your training schedule. Why it works. Accountability creates a sense of responsibility and makes you less likely to skip tasks. 5. Learn from failure. Failure is part of growth. Instead of feeling discouraged, analyze what went wrong and adjust your strategy. Example: if you miss a workout, instead of giving up, understand why you missed it and plan better for next time. Why it works. Failure is not the end. It's an opportunity to learn and improve, making you more resilient in the long run. How to achieve your goals with discipline. Discipline ensures you stay consistent and achieve results over time. Here's how to maintain it. 1. Focus on progress, not perfection. Perfectionism can lead to procrastination. Instead of striving for perfection, aim for continuous improvement. Example: if you're writing a book, focus on completing chapters rather than worrying about making every sentence perfect. Why it works. Focusing on progress helps you avoid getting stuck in the cycle of perfectionism, which can delay action. 2. Build resilience. Challenges will come, but persistence is key. Learn to push through difficulties without giving up. Example: if you face setbacks in your career, keep learning, networking, and adapting to new opportunities rather than giving up. Why it works. Resilience helps you bounce back from failures and setbacks, keeping you on track toward your goals. 3. Embrace the power of habits. Make discipline easier. Stick to your routine long enough, and tasks become second nature. Example: writing every morning for 30 minutes will eventually become a habit, reducing the mental effort required to start each session. Why it works. Building habits makes discipline automatic, reducing the mental strain of forcing yourself to work. 4. Stay consistent. Success isn't about occasional effort, it's about daily habits. Even small actions done consistently lead to big results. Example: small daily actions, like saving $5 a day or reading 10 pages of a book, add up over time to significant progress. Why it works. Consistency compounds over time, leading to cumulative results that far outweigh isolated bursts of effort. 5. Adapt and keep learning. Stay open to learning and refining your approach. Read books, take courses, and seek mentorship to keep improving. Example: if you're learning a new skill, seek feedback from others and adjust your learning process based on their input. Why it works. Lifelong learning keeps you evolving and adjusting to new challenges, ensuring continued success. Conclusion. Discipline is the secret ingredient to success. By setting clear goals, making a solid plan, and staying motivated, you can develop the self-discipline needed to achieve anything. The journey isn't always easy, but with persistence and the right mindset, you can create lasting change and reach your full potential. Start today. Your future self will thank you.